So the last presentation is about a cost action that is not directly linked to insects, but there are many entomologists in it. But it covers chemical ecology as a field, both in marine ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, freshwater as well. So it's and it's not only insects. The chair of this action is Anne-Geneviève Bagnères. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here, but we think very much of her. And today you have two people from the cost action. Myself, I am the grant holder scientist, and Aurélie Cartereau, who is the grant holder manager. The main objective of INISH was to unify the key players in chemical ecology in Europe, to promote visibility of the field by sharing knowledge, tools, and platforms. Another goal was to address major societal issues to achieve environmental and sustainable development goals, but also to describe the chemodiversity and understand the evolutionary forces and the action of global changes that may reduce this diversity and its ecological action. The other thing was to defragment the chemical ecology research in the EU and start to build a new society in Europe, the European Society Association in Chemical Ecologies. We have working groups to address the knowledge gap, to build a common toolbox for everyone using the same nomenclature and tools and build a database about that, to promote biodiversity-friendly ecosystem managements with a strong connection also with industry, including SMEs, and to disseminate knowledge and results. And all of this was meant to have broad impact. And as I was also mentioned before, establish consistent definitions in our case, improve our understanding of the living world in different type of ecosystem, create an inventory of existing knowledge and generate an interactive open source database. And again, there might be a lot of difficulties in terms of where is the database, who is managing it, and what are the legal issues behind that. And to promote the development of nature-based solutions for use in various implementations and ecosystem. As an example of dissemination, like in other cost action, we try to have a greater impact with society as a whole. For example, we have a YouTube channel, and the expert is in the audience, so if you have any question, you can ask him. And that's a way to promote what is chemical ecology, what chemical ecologists can do, such a kind of questions. Activities is very similar to the other cost actions that you have heard about today. So we have workshops, we have training school, we have different working group meetings. We just had 2 meetings in Italy and in Greece. And the next activity is going to be the annual meeting, which is going to be in Zagreb in September. And we have this short-term mission exchange, and we have the testimonies of this STSM on the internet website. That's a great way to start collaboration, but also it's not only for young scientists, it's also for more senior scientists to meet and start to work on a grant application, for example, or a special issue, writing a paper or things like that. I will just end with a few tips. You have heard many so far. I think, again, it's very important to get people that are really involved into the action. And it's always a good option to have 2 co-chairs for the main activities, because everyone is busy. So having 2 people in charge, that's a good way to maintain the activity. And it's nice to have young scientists with also more senior scientists as part of a way for the young scientists to provide the ideas, new tools and new visions, and also to help them in their career. Same thing for work packages and deliverables. It's nice to have more than one person. Life can be very tricky sometimes, so it's nice to have options, I would say. It was said briefly, but anticipate financial and administrative issue with the hosting institutions because cost has its rules. But then the hosting institution, depending on where you are, in which country you are, they may have additional rule or informatic tools that are not compatible with the cost regulations. So it's nice to anticipate that and to get also feedback from other cost actions. So for the administration, that's good to connect with other cost action to find solutions. You always think that you are the only one having this problem, but we all have the same problems, basically. And it's important to, I think, also have a smaller group that is the core group of the action, because the management committee is pretty large because then it involves many countries. Um, we may have cost surfers, as it was mentioned before. But on a daily basis, if you need to take decisions, it's nice to have a smaller group that is authorized by the management committee to take decisions. I will just end with the numbers. So the latest numbers is 336 participants, more than 100 young researchers and innovators, 43 countries, and among them 21 from inclusive target countries.